I want to tell you briefly that division is one of the major strategies of the enemy to keep us from experiencing the victory that is rightfully ours as sons and daughters. If he can divide you underneath the roof of your own home. Listen, if you are married or you have children, make sure that you are fighting against the schemes of the enemy to bring division underneath the roof of your own house. If you're in a church where you're experiencing fracture and dissension and division, would you recognize that it's not her that's your problem or him that's your problem? Because we do not struggle against flesh and blood, but against the powers, against the principalities, against the world forces of this darkness, against the spiritual forces of wickedness that are in heavenly places. She is not your problem. Your coworker. You know that one coworker that if he says one more thing to you, you gonna knock him out, that one? That person is not your real problem. Anything you can see or relate to with your 5 physical senses ain't your real problem. You have an enemy, and your enemy is invisible. And because he's invisible, he wants you to think he's also fictional. But he's very real. He's not a caricature that just fits into a kid's storytelling book. No, he is the master of disguise, and he does not want you to recognize his fingerprints of division and derision and a lack of peace and contention. So if you recognize his fingerprints in your marriage, then stand firm against the scheme of that enemy. If you recognize his fingerprints in your relationship between you and your teenager, man, stand firm against the schemes of the enemy. If you recognize that in your church or in your denomination or between denominations, come on, y'all, we got to stand firm against the schemes of the enemy.